everyone, I'm here with your weekly Astro report for the week of April 9th to the 15th of 2018. If you want your own birth chart, you can always go to my FT shop, but otherwise, let's get on with what's happening in the sky this week. So our headlines this week is that we do have a new moon on Sunday, April 15th. It is at 8:57 p.m., so Central Time, so just for where you are in the world. So for some parts of the world, it might actually be on the Monday, but for a lot of us, it's going to be on actually on Sunday, the 15th. It's a new moon in the sign of Aries, so it's a good time for new starts, new beginnings, any short-term projects that we want to take a look at, any self-improvement, because Aries rules the first house. Good time to start an exercise program, so it's a good time to set some intentions in that particular area. The other thing we have is that on Sunday as well, we have Mercury going direct. It's been in retrograde, so it's again, it shows it's a good day to start things. This week is not so much a good time to start anything new. Go with the flow. We have a waning moon. We also have Mercury in retrograde. It's a good time to redo things or relook at some of the things we have been doing and reassess them, but not a good time for starting new things. However, next week, things start to move forward again, so next week's a good time for that. The other thing that we have all this week is we have Jupiter having a sextile with Pluto. These are both slow-moving planets. There's a lot of interest in things like occult studies, more interest in the paranormal, a lot of interest in those areas. So if there's something in those areas you're looking at studying, it's a good week for doing that, reviewing those kind of things. But you might just see more stuff, issues around that stuff in the press or just in your life in general. So those, not, a terribly busy week. Most of the week is pretty quiet, but towards the end of the week is when things start to, like on Sunday and then into next week is when things start to move forward again. So let's go through day by day. First, we start the week with a void, and then the very early at 1:50 a.m. Central Time, the moon moves into Aquarius on Monday and is there all day Tuesday as well. So on these days, we're very much focused on working kind of on our own, not so much in groups. It is a good time to do things like work on computers, anything that's innovative, anything to do with technology. Mercury retrograde though, so just give yourself lots of time if you are working on those things. It's a good time to work on things that benefit humanity whole or any volunteer week, but we may feel kind of rebellious against other people's rules and kind of want to do things our way on Monday. Monday as well, we have Mercury making a trine with Ceres, the asteroid in charge of nurturing and mothering. So there's opportunity on that day for us to talk about things like food and how we nurture ourselves and our diet and our health, how maybe plans we have for gardening, because she rules gardens as well. So a good time to talk about those kind of things. We also have on, is there anything else on Monday? Just looking here. No, so Monday's a good day for talking about some of those things. Tuesday, again, we have the moon in Aquarius. We have the sun making a square with Pluto. So on that day, we might find that our plans conflict with other people's plans. So that's a day where we may run up against, like, we want to do something, but someone else may have another idea. And so you're going to have to find a way to compromise on Tuesday. There's also Ceres forming a sextile with Athena. So again, a lot of talk of strategy around things like health and wellness, things like that. So maybe some of the topics that come up on Monday spill over to Tuesday. Instead of just talking about it, now you're actually planning how you're going to move forward with those things. So it's a good time to make appointments with, like, a doctor or a health appointment of some kind on those 2 days. On Wednesday, the moon has a void at 9:55 a.m. and then moves into Pisces at 1:40 p.m. That's Wednesday, April 11th, and is in Pisces all day Thursday as well. People tend to be more dreamy when the moon is in Pisces, more imaginative, more go with the flow. They don't really tend to make a lot of concrete plans, but it is a good time for art. It is a good time for romance and daydreaming on those days. Wednesday, Venus has a trine with Mars, so it's a good time for putting some of her values into action, but it's also a really great time for romance, for anything that has to do with, hooking up with the opposite sex, if, that's the way that your what's the word I'm looking for, if you are, into the opposite sex, not everybody else, which is fine. But it's a good day for romance and things like that. It's also a good day for kind of looking at our masculine and feminine sides, however you define them, and getting them to work together. But with especially the moon being in Pisces, it's generally a good time for romance on Wednesday. Thursday moon is still in Pisces, and we have Venus having a sextile with Neptune. So good time for hopes and wishes. Not a good day so much for taking action, but it's a good day for things like doing anything with music or art on those days. Then Friday, we have a void moon at 6:27 a.m. and the moon moves into Aries at 10:25 p.m. So during the day on Friday, I mean, depending where you are in the world, but here in North America, most of that day is going to be in a void. So don't start anything new. Just kind of go with the flow. People won't be super motivated on that day. Seeing if there's anything else for Friday. Doesn't look like there is. And then on Saturday, the moon's going to be in Aries all day. So Saturday's more of a day of action. So early in the week is kind of the time to take action with anything that you're working on. But it looks like, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are actually like not really great days for getting anything done other than in romance or art. But then Saturday, we're super motivated, lots of energy to go and do things. We also have on Saturday, Mars has a sextile with Neptune. So we're excited about things. We want to follow our dreams. We want to do new things. So it's a good time. Lots of energy going on the weekend. And then Sunday we have our new moon at 8:57 p.m. in the sign of Aries. If you want more details about that particular new moon, I'll be sending it out in my newsletter, so you can go to my website and subscribe if you want. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, to know what the energies of this particular new moon are. And then I think that's it. It's actually like a pretty quiet week overall. Nothing huge or dramatic. Again, if you've got work to do it on Monday, Tuesday, or do it Saturday, Sunday, because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are kind of more, their days more to chill a little bit. So that's what I'm seeing for this week. If you have any questions or any comments, please put in the comments below. Thank you again so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you.